9:30 p.m., July 16th. Zach contacts me saying there's something big coming tomorrow. What is it? I asked, only to find out he's asleep by then. I had no more information than the fact that there was something big coming the next day, and I wasn't prepared for it. I kept thinking what it could be, but to my realization, I couldn't think of anything. So the next day came and Zach unveiled what was coming. It was a rebellion named U-235. This name is enough to show what damage it could do, without even taking into consideration the fact that it was led by OG moderators like Steven, Izogu, and Hawk. This was bad, of course, and I panicked trying to think of a plan, so I quickly contacted Tarek and Hack, our trusted moderators at the time, and so Zach explained it to them also. Now you might ask, how did Zach know about U-235? To understand this, you need to watch episode 1 and 2. Basically, the rebellion made a mistake. They were so engraved in their thinking that I was a dictator. They had completely forgotten that it was not me who added Zach to the AGP to win the elections, rather Zach who joined the party himself. That meant he was royal to me. But since they had forgotten this, they added Zach to the rebellion, thinking, Zach doesn't have any power. It was all me. But that wasn't true at all. To get more information on this, I made an alt account and posed as a person who just got banned in my previous SMP and joined the rebellion server. As it seemed, they didn't think what they would do if we didn't surrender, even after they seized our property. So we did exactly that. We applied a freeze strategy. Me, Zach, Tarek, and Hack would not join at all before the rebellion would calm down. That might seem like we were scared, but all of us had a reason not to join. I hadn't joined for the last month because my PC wasn't working. Zach and Tarek were working on their own SMPs at the time, and Hack was in his relative's marriage. Then I realized DRXP could potentially be a target of the rebellion because he is the trading minister of the AGP, so he told DRXP about what was happening, and he also started a freezing strategy. Then I demoted Hawk from being a moderator because he was going to be inactive for a while. And then one of the biggest plot twists of the UnknownGrounds happened. Hack joined the rebellion. This was extremely bad because Hack knew what we were going to do. He knew what we knew, and most of all, he still had the Eternals account. There was nothing we could do once Hack joined the rebellion. He told the rebels that Zach was a traitor. Zach got banned. Then there wasn't much time before my alt would get banned. But somehow I survived another day. But in this day, Hack created a 20-point plan which spanned a week. On day 5 and 6, they would seize your properties. And day 7, which was unknown to us because my alt would get banned. My alt got banned. Now you might wonder, why didn't Hack just ban us? Well, there was some political dynamics here. If Hack banned us, we would be banned for no reason, and Hack's rep would go down. If we banned him, our rep would go down. What could be the worst case scenario here? What if they started to destroy innocent people's houses? But then we could change the password of the mod account and say that Hack changed the passwords so that he could ban the destroyers. But he wouldn't do that since he was part of them and his rep would go down. What if the mixed media split happens again? This time I would be in mixed media and Hack would be me. If it did happen, that meant mixed media would split. Continue to happen every single time. It would just be a cycle. There was nothing we could do about it. So we just forgot about it for a week and then went with the flow. But then on the 24th of July, Hack decided to leave, which is great for us. But Steven then called me a dictator and told everybody about the rebellion. And so our furious conversation went on, until I asked what they wanted. Our demands were pretty simple. Monthly elections, only one-phase elections. Then I thought to myself, let's do it anyway, because I am going to be inactive for a while. Then I had 2 terms first. First, I was not going to be a hated player of the server. And second, was not a pure MC. You see, when Hack left the account to Zach, he decided to make it a pure MC, which of course, I didn't want. And so that we agreed. We had a virtual handshake and it was over. But in all this, Zach started acting weird. Something like this could happen again in the future. You know, as they say, it's all a game of trust and betray. Thanks for watching.